master class? Commerce. Okay, sole proprietorship we have dealt. What is sole proprietorship? What are the characteristics and what are the advantages and the disadvantages? Okay, we will side by side we will move on the two subjects. Okay, today we are going to deal with the accountancy. That is the first chapter, journal entries. We have worked out which was very easy. Now we are going to move on to the little complicated. Okay, but it is very important. You should know before dealing with this exercise. You should know what is this two concept, that is bills receivable and the bills payable. Okay, you should know about these two terms. Okay, bills receivable and bills payable. Okay, when I am introduced about the accountancy, I have explained about this. Okay, bills receivable, what is meant bills receivable and what is meant by bills payable. Okay, bills receivable is dealt with the debitors. Okay, sundry debitors. Who is sundry debitors? As we are in a businessman, we are selling some product to the customers. Okay, the customer is getting some product on the due basis. Okay, on the credit basis, those person will be termed as a sundry debitors. Okay, so bills receivable is connected with the sundry debitors. Okay, and bills payable connected with what is this opposite of sundry debitors? That is the sundry creditors. Parpala kadanilur kadanadigal appdi solluvaanga. Okay. So sundry creditors. Who is sundry creditors? As a businessman, we also want some product that we will buy from the outside. Okay, all the time we will not use the cash. Okay, sometimes we used to buy on the credit basis. Now I am speaking about the sundry creditors. Okay, sundry creditors is connected with the businessman and the person who asks to pay some money. No, so those person is called as a sundry creditors. இப்போ நம்ம பிஸ்னஸ் சொல்கிறது, நம்ம பிஸ்னஸ் பண்ணும்போது நம்மளும் ஒருத்தவங்கள்ட்ட போய் கடனா ஒரு பொருளை வாங்குவோம். ஓகேவா, நம்ம ஒருத்தவங்க கடனா அந்த கொடுக்கக்கூடிய அமௌண்ட்டை நம்ம கொடுக்க வேண்டியதை நம்மளை என்ன பண்ணுறோம் அப்படின்னா சன்ட்ரி கிரெடிட்டார்னு சொல்லுவோம். இப்போ பிஸ்னஸ் பீப்புள் ஆகிய நம்ம ஒருத்தவங்களுக்கு கடனா ஒரு பொருளை கொடுக்கணும் அப்படின்னா அந்த நம்மகிட்டேருந்து கடன் வாங்கியிருக்காங்க இல்லையா, அவங்க பேர் தான் சன்ட்ரி டெபிட்டர்ஸ். ஓகே, ஸோ இப்போ என்ன பண்ணுறோம் அப்படின்னா நம்ம பிஸ்னஸ் பீப்புள் நம்ம ஒரு ப்ராடக்டை விற்கும் போது கடனா சன்ட்ரி கிரெடிட்டர்ஸ் விற்கிறோம். அப்ப நம்ம எல்லாமே என்னது வாய் பேச்சு எதுக்குமே செல்லாதுன்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. everything has to be in an evidence form or a written document. அப்ப see, we are issuing some voucher or a written document and asking the sundry debitors to give some promise on to pay his dues. Okay va, so he will in a written document or in a voucher he will write in a statement that I have promised to pay this sum of money on a particular day. Okay, it can be in a 1 month or 2 months. Okay, that is called the bills receivable. The bills receivable is getting from the sundry debitor as a promise that he is ready to pay, that is he has agreed to pay. Okay, that is whom is collecting, that is sundry creditors. That is the businessman is getting a written document or a voucher from the sundry debitors in order to pay his bills. Okay, well, that is called the bills receivable. And bills payable. நம்மளும் ஒருத்தவங்கள்ட்ட கடன் வாங்கியிருக்கோம் இல்லையா, நம்ம பிஸ்னஸ் பீப்புள் நம்மளும் கடன் வாங்கியிருக்கோம். நம்ம என்ன பண்ணுறோம், நம்ம கடன் வாங்கியிருக்க மாட்டோம், நாங்கள் பே பண்ணுறோம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி அக்ரி பண்ணி நம்மளும் ஒரு வவுச்சரோ ஒரு ரிட்டர்ன் டாக்குமெண்ட்டை கொடுப்போம். அதுக்கு பேர் பில்ஸ் பேயபிள். ஸோ பில்ஸ் ரிசீவபிள் யாருக்கிட்டேருந்து வரும், நம்மளுக்கு சன்ட்ரி டெபிட்டார்ட்டேருந்து வந்துடும். அண்ட் பில்ஸ் பேயபிள் யாருக்கு நம்ம கொடுக்குறோம் அப்படின்னா சன்ட்ரி கிரெடிட்டார்ஸ். ஓகேவா, இந்த ஜேர்னல் மூவ் ஆகுது இந்த டூ கான்செப்ட்ஸ் வச்சுக்கலாம். ஓகேவா, ஸோ ஆல்வேஸ் பில்ஸ் ரிசீவபிள் ஷோஸ் a debit and the bills payable shows the credit. Okay, with this we will move on to the journal. The first one is the compound entry. Okay, first one is everything, because as a businessman we are not only going to invest only a cash. Sometimes we used to invest the goods or sometimes we used to invest the furnitures also. Okay, with this we are moving the compound entry. It is a journal entry in the books of Mr. Ramesh. It's a 90 problem. Okay, Ramesh started, I told you, started, invested, contributed, commenced, everything. If it is comes, the only thing that should strike in your mind is the capital. Okay, so with the cash, okay, write the year, month and the date. Okay, date is 1. Okay, write first cash. Okay, and goods you can write as in a stock, and the furniture. Okay, with these three things he has started, he has invested his business. Okay, the amount is for the cash on the right, in the debit side column, that is 3 lakh. And for the stock, another name for the goods is stock. Okay, 80,000. And the next one is furniture is 27,000. Okay, right. 2 in the center, Ramesh. Ramesh, put apostrophe S, capital. Okay, add all these things, you will get 4,07,000. Write it in the credit column. Okay, very, very important journal entry. Okay, so write the narration is very important. Being business started. Okay. Moving on to the next entry, money is deposited into the bank. I need not to explain all the times about the accounts. Okay, what is a real account, what is a personal account. I think that you are well versed in this. So please make sure that you know the fundamentals. Money deposited into the bank. Okay, what is going in, what is coming in. Okay, bank. A bank comes under the personal account. Debit the receiver. Okay, bank account, debitor. And the date is 2. Bank account debtor 2, the cash is going out. Okay, cash out. So being cash deposited. Two lakhs. So write it in the 2 columns. Moving on to the next entry. Bought furniture from Mr. Jayalakshmi Furniture for 28,000 on credit terms. Okay, so write rule 3. Purchase furniture. Okay, furniture. Right, they are specified. They have specified what they have bought. Okay, and also they have bought on the credit terms. So write to Jayalakshmi Furniture. It is 28,000. Note here, this product has been bought on the credit. Okay, with this only the entry is moving on. Okay, with this third entry only, all the preceding entry is going to be move on. Okay, so write being bought goods bought on credit. Furniture bought on credit. Okay, next the fourth entry. Purchase goods from Ashokan on for 5,000 by paying through debit card. Okay, it is a debit card. Debit card means debit card, RTGS, check, okay, NEFT, ECS, everything clearly indicates that it is in a bank. Okay. So purchase goods from Ashokan through bank. So write the date is 4. Purchase account debitor to bank because they have paid the amount through what? Through debit card. So you can write this in a bank. To bank. Okay. So being cash paid through bank. Through bank, that is 5,000. Okay, the next one is same thing. Okay, fifth, purchase goods from Guna and paid through net banking. Okay, so purchase account, same thing is going to be continued. Purchase to Guna bank. Net banking means it's also a bank. Okay. So being goods bought. Okay, just a simple explanation about what we have written in the above entries. That is 20,000. Okay, so this is 5,000. Okay, the entry may be wrong or right. Okay, the values, it's no problem. Purchased goods from, this is 10,000. Okay, here I have written 2 lakh, afterwards 28,000, and this is 5,000. And from Guna, yes, I am writing in 10,000. The next also, it's same on entry only. 6. Purchase to bank. 20,000. The next one is purchase goods from Shyam on credit. Okay. V. Who is here? V. Ramesh. Ramesh is the businessman. He is purchasing a product from the Shyam. Okay. So V. Seven. Purchase to Shyam. Purchase account to Shyam. Who has purchased? Here the Ramesh. Okay, he is the businessman. So he has purchased some product on credit basis. On credit is 50,000. Okay. Being okay, the next one is 8. Bill drawn by Shyam was accepted. Okay, the real part of the sum is this only. Bill drawn by Shyam was accepted. Okay, see, we have purchased a product from the Shyam. Okay, I've told you, if the businessman has to pay money and if he is accepted, it is called a bills payable. Okay, for the businessman, if any person is due, he is called a debitor and he is connected with the bills receivable. So, here Shyam is the outside person, Ramesh only purchased, Ramesh is in centric creditors and he is accepting. The Shyam has drawn a bill that Ramesh has to pay this so much of amount. Okay, that Ramesh also accepted. Okay, so here the entry is Shyam to bills payable. I am accepting the amount. Who is accepting? Ramesh is accepting some of money due to the Shyam. He is accepting and from through the bills payable. Okay, Shyam's to bills payable, that is 50,000. Okay, yeah, நம்ம ஷியாம் கிட்ட ஒரு பொருளை வாங்கியிருக்கோம், கடனா வாங்கியிருக்கோம். எவ்வளோக்கு கடனா வாங்கியிருக்கோம்னா 50,000 ரூபாய். அப்போ ஷியாம் என்ன பண்ணுறாரு, ரமேஷ்க்கு நீங்கள் 50,000 ரூபாய் கொடுக்கணும் அப்படின்னு ஒரு நோட்டில் எழுதி கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. ஓகேவா, ஒரு வவுச்சர் எழுதி கொடுத்துருக்காரு. அந்த வவுச்சரை நம்ம என்ன பண்ணுறோம், அக்செப்ட் பண்ணிக்கிறோம். ஓகேவா, இவ்வளோ பண்ணுறோம் அப்படிங்கிறத பில் வந்து ஷியாம் கொடுக்குறாரு அப்படிங்க 50,000 ரூபாய் கொடுக்கணும் அப்படின்னு. தட் இஸ் கால்ட் தி பில்ஸ் பேயபிள். Being bills drawn. Being bills drawn is 50,000. Moving on to the next entry. The next entry is paid half of the amount owed to Mrs. Jayalakshmi by check. Okay, we are paying the amount. Okay, we are paying the amount. How we are paying? Through the bank. Okay, paid cash. Paid half of the amount. The date is 9. Okay, paid half of the amount owed to Mrs. Jayalakshmi Furniture. Okay, so I'm writing Mrs. Jayalakshmi is the receiver now. Okay, we are paying Jayalakshmi Furniture Mart to cash. Okay, we are paying through bank. Okay, so write to bank. Here you have to note paid half of the amount only. See, we have bought furniture from the Mrs. Jayalakshmi on credit. You know, you can note it on the third date. Okay, that is 28,000. In this 28,000, we are paying the half of the amount. What is meant by half? From the 28,000, it is a half. Then means it is a 14,000. It's meant by 14,000. Okay. being half of the amount paid. Okay, the last entry is Shyam's bill was paid. Okay, Shyam's bill was paid. Who is paid? Ramesh has been paid. Okay, he is accepting, he is drawn a bill and his bill was accepted and it was paid. Okay, so what is that? It is a reverse entry. Okay, it's a reverse entry that is on till. Right, bills payable. Bills payable to, what is it? Cash. Through the cash item we have paid. So what is this amount? How much here in the sum the amount was not given. You should know. You should note it on the previous date entries. Okay, because on the 8th, on the 7th we have bought a product on the credit, and on the 8th we are accepted to pay. So we are accepted. So the amount only we have to pay, that is 50,000. It's a 50,000. So being Shyam's bill was paid. Okay, yes, this is the end of the sum. Only thing in this sum you should note only the two entries. Okay, this Shyam's bill. Okay, and this half of the amount you should note here 14,000, and the third entry, 10th entry is bills payable to cash. Okay. Now we are moving on to the 11th problem. Okay, it's our 11th problem. If I finish this 11th problem, all the complicated journals have been completed on the 3rd chapter. In the 11th problem, from the following transactions of Shyam. Okay, it's over Shyam only. A stationery dealer. The year is 2017 and it was on August. Commenced business with cash and goods. Okay, so write cash, goods, to Shyam's capital. Four lakh and 5 lakh. Okay. Very, very important entry. Okay. Total it, you will write it in the capital side 9 lakhs. Being business started. The next entry is 2. You should not get panic over here. Sold goods to A and money received through RTGS. Here they don't want to specify the name, so just they have written as a name A. So A is called a one person. Okay, his name is not depicted, but it is to be classified as a personal account. Okay, A is a person. So sold goods to A and money received through RTGS. RTGS I told you, bank. So the next problem is 11th problem. Okay, it is a journal entry in the books of Shyam. Okay, I'll just work it out because it is in all the same procedure only. With the opening entries cash, good, okay, and to the Shyam's capital. And second one is here they are denoted as an A. Okay, you do not be a panic. A is now person, they do not want to debit their name. So they have written as a name A. Here they have sold the product and the cash is paid through the bank. So we are returning, we are writing as bank to sales. Okay, the third journal entry is they have bought the goods on the credit basis. Okay, Izzat has bought some product on the credit basis. So Izzat account debited to sales. If there is a cash, you can write it as a cash. If there is a items bought on the credit, you can write it as the name the those who have bought. Okay, so to sales being goods sold to Izzat on credit. Okay, the next journal entry is bill drawn on Izzat and accepted by him. Okay, bill drawn on Izzat. I told you in the previous sum what is the difference between the bills receivable and the bills payable. See, we have sold some product. Okay, who has sold the product? Shyam has sold the product, and the Izzat, the person is called in a debitor. Okay, அவன் நம்ம கிட்ட இருந்து வாங்கி இருக்கறான். அவன் மேல நம்ம என்ன பண்ணுவோம்? நீ வந்து 20000 ரூபாய் பணம் கொடுக்கணும் அப்படினு நான் ஒரு வவுச்சர்ல எழுதி கொடுத்துட்டேன். ஓகேவா? சோ அந்த வவுச்சர்ல எழுதி கொடுத்துட்டு நான் ஜர்னல் என்ட்ரி எழுதுறேன். Okay? It's the same journal entry that we have done. Okay, here also Izzat to bills payable. Izzat to bills payable. அவன் இவ்வளவு பணம் கொடுக்கணும் அப்படிங்கறத நான் எழுதி கொடுக்கிறேன். Okay, so Izzat to bills payable. அப்பாயின்ட்மென்ட் சொல்றது யாருன்னா ஷியாம் வந்து இஸட்டுக்கு எழுதி கொடுத்திருக்காரு நீ இவ்வளவு பணம் பே பண்ணனும் அப்படினா. ஓகேவா? so Izzat account debited to bills payable. yes, how much? இந்த 20000 தான். எவ்வளவு கடன் வாங்கிருக்கோமோ அந்த பணத்தை தான் நம்ம பே பண்ணுவோம். அதுக்கு மேல நம்ம பே பண்ண மாட்டோம். ஓகே, அப்ப 20000. so write 20000. in some sums they have given the values, in some sums they have not given. Okay, so if it is not given, you should try to understand, because what the items will be bought in a credit, that is the actual amount we are ready to pay. Okay, so that is Izzat to bills payable. Write it in the narration. Bills drawn. Bills drawn on Izzat. Okay, yes. The next, bill drawn from the Izzat is discounted with the bank. Okay, bill received from the Izzat. Sorry, bill received from the Izzat is discounted. நீங்க பார்த்தோம் drawn க்கும் received க்கும் என்ன differences இருக்கு அப்படினு. Bill received from the Izzat is discounted with the bank for 19000. ஓகேவா? பேங்க்குக்கு அவர் கொடுக்கக்கூடிய பணம் வந்து பேங்க்குக்கு வந்திருக்கு. அந்த பேங்க் என்ன பண்ணிருக்காங்க? அவருடைய அமௌண்ட்ல இருந்து டிஸ்கவுண்ட் பண்ணிருக்காங்க. So write like this on the date 8. Okay, bank discount to Izzat. Okay, to Izzat. Bank actually has to pay 19000. Actually, how much amount he has to pay? 20000. But the bank has received the amount only for the 19000, and the 1000 has been discounted. So total it is 20000. So being discounted with the bank. Discounted with bank. Okay, you should understand. இங்க bill pay பண்ணனும். Izzat bill pay பண்றதுக்கு bill pay பண்ணனும் அப்படிங்கற ஒரு வவுச்சர் கொடுத்திருக்கோம். அந்த வவுச்சரோட வேல்யூ எவ்வளவு பாத்தீங்கன்னா 20000. இந்த 20000 என்ன ஆயிடுது அப்படினா பேங்க்குக்கு வருது. ஓகே, பேங்க்குக்கு வரும்போது எவ்வளவு வருது? 19000 ரூபாய் வருது. ஆக்சுவலா அவன் எவ்வளவு பே பண்ண நமக்கு 20000 ரூபாய் பே பண்ணோம். ஆனா 20000 பே பண்ண வேண்டியதுல 19000 ரூபாய். ஏன்னா பேங்க் என்ன பண்ணுது? ஏதோ ஒரு சார்ஜோ என்னன்னு சொல்லி அவனா 1000 ரூபாய் டெபிட் பண்ணிடுது. 20000 அவன் போட வேண்டியதுல அவனுடைய பவுன்ஸ் சார்ஜஸோ இல்ல ஏதோ பேங்க் சார்ஜஸோ இல்ல லோக்கல் சார்ஜஸோ அந்த மாதிரி ஏதோ இருக்கு அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு அவன் 1000 ரூபாய் வந்து டிஸ்கவுண்ட் பண்ணது போக நமக்கு 19 + 1000 20000 கிடைச்சிடும். ஓகே, the next is goods sold to M on credit. Again the it is a M. Okay, so M to M account debited to sales. He is another person who are purchasing, who are buying a product on the credit. Okay, what is the value is 12000. Being goods sold on credit. The next entry is free samples. Okay, goods distributed as a free samples. You can see in most of the medical shops or in some professional stores, they used to say if any product is entering into a market, in order to make the product to be widely available and to know the quality and the quantity of the product, the sales representatives, they used to give some product to the owners of the shop to as a free samples. Do you know why they are so doing it? Because to promote their sales. Okay, to promote this. So you write like that. Free samples means it is in a sales promotion. The date is on 12th. So write sales promotion. It is also some unique journal entries. Okay, sales promotion to purchases. So sometimes, rarely only you will get an purchases at the creditors. Okay, you can just have an recap or recall on this. Okay, sales promotion to purchases being goods distributed as free samples. Okay, next we are moving on to the next entries. Okay, goods taken for office use. It's a very, very important journal entry you can expect for the exam. Okay. On 16th day, goods taken for office use. So you read it, it is also a unique journal entry, that is office expenses to you can write purchases, office expenses to purchases, sales promotion, charity, okay, lunch free, this and all you can write like this. Okay, two purchases only you have to write it in the credit. The amount is 5,000. Being office expenses. The next one is M becoming a solvent, insolvent, and only 0.80 per rupee is received a final settlement, because you should know we have sold some product to the M on a credit on 12,000 for rupees. 12,000 ரூபாய்க்கு நம்ம என்ன பண்ணிருக்கோம், M க்கு ஒரு பொருளை கடனை வித்திருக்கோம். Okay, I have told you about the insolvency and the solvency. A person who has an ability to pay his debts. Debits என்னது, அவனுடைய கடனை அவனால கட்ட முடியற திறமை இருக்கு அப்படினா, that is called the solvency. அந்த கடனை வாங்கின கடனை நம்மளால கட்ட முடியல அப்படினா அப்ப அதுக்கு பேரு insolvency. So இந்த क्वेश्चन என்ன சொல்றாங்க, I am becoming insolvency. He is not able, because he has met some failures and he has met a loss in his business, so he is not able to pay his dues that he has got from the shop. Okay, but he is not availing all the cashes. Okay, என்னால பணம் முழுசா கட்ட முடியல அப்படினு சொல்ற, he is paying for a rupee, he is paying 0.8 paise. Okay, for a rupee he is ready to pay 0.8. So for that what you have to calculate, he is ready to pay. Okay, but he is not in question, he is ready to pay. So write 17 cash. Okay, actually you have to pay 12,000. But what he is accepting, for a rupee he is ready to pay 0.8. So that gives a 96. Okay, strike out the zeros. So 9,600 he is ready to pay. From the 12,000 he is ready to pay 9,600. So the amount he is not ready to pay, no, that is called the bad debits. That is called the bad debits. Then 12,000 minus 9,600, you will get 2,400. 10. Okay, yes. Then 2 cash debits to who is ready to pay? Who is the giver here? Here the giver is M. So 12,000. You should know how I calculated. 12,000 into 0.8. 0.8 gives 9,600. From the 12,000 minus 9,600 gives 2,400. Okay. And 21. 20th, last turn entry. Bill of Izzat is discounted to the bank is dishonored. Okay. Because that Izzat has paid some money into the bank. Okay. For the 20,000. But நம்ம ஆக்சுவலா 20,000 போட்டுருக்கான் பேங்க்ல போயிட்டு. ஆனா என்ன ஆயிடுனா பேங்க் வந்து 1000 ரூபாய் பிடிச்சிச்சு. ஏதோ வந்து அவனோட செக் பவுன்ஸ் ஆயிருக்கோ இல்லனா அவன்ட்ட வந்து அக்கவுண்ட்ல வந்து அவனுடைய பேலன்ஸை மெயின்டைன் பண்ணாம இருந்திருக்கலாம். இல்ல வந்து லாக்கர் சார்ஜஸ், ரெண்ட் சார்ஜஸ் போட்டுருக்கலாம். இல்ல ஓவர் பேமெண்டா இருந்திருக்கலாம். இதனால அவன் என்ன பண்ணிருக்கான் 20,000 ரூபாய் போடும்போது பேங்க் டிஸ்கவுண்ட்னு 10,000 ரூபாய் எடுத்துருச்சு. அப்ப செக் யார் கொடுத்துருக்கான்? ரமேஷ்க்கு ஷியாம்க்கு செக் கொடுத்துருக்கும்போது அந்த செக் வந்து டிஸ்ஆனர் ஆயிடுச்சு. ஏன்னா பேங்க்ல எப்பயுமே நமக்கு நம்ம போடக்கூடிய வேல்யூல இருந்து அட்லீஸ்ட் ஒரு 500 ருபீஸாவது அதிகமா இருக்கணும். இல்ல அப்படின்னா இப்ப நீங்க மெயின்டைன் அக்கௌண்ட் பேலன்ஸ் பண்ணவே இல்ல, நீங்க திடீர்னு போய் அக்கௌண்ட்ல போயிட்டு ஒரு 20,000 ஒருத்தவங்களுக்கு போடணும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு டக்குன்னு கொண்டு போய் செக் போட்டுருக்கீங்க. ஆனா இதுக்கு முன்ன வரைக்கும் நீங்க எந்த பேலன்ஸுமே மெயின்டைன் பண்ணா பேங்க் என்ன பண்ணிடும், அவனுடைய பேங்க் டெபிட் சார்ஜஸ் அவன் எடுத்துருவான். அப்ப எடுத்துட்டா அப்படின்னா அது வந்து இன்சஃபிஷியண்டா இருக்கும். அவன் நமக்கு செக் கொடுக்குறவங்களுக்கு செக் வந்து டிஸ்ஆனர் ஆகிடும். ஸோ இந்த ரீசனால தான் அவனுக்கு செக் டிஸ்ஆனர் இருக்கு. அப்ப டிஸ்ஆனர் ஆனதுக்கு என்ன பேர் அப்படின்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா இசட் டு பேங்க். ரைட், இசட் டு பேங்க். The bank is check is being the check is dishonored. How much check is dishonored? How much he actually has to pay? 20,000. But in the bank amount is 19,000 is there. If there is a 5 rupees is also not there, it is to be in a dishonored only. Okay, so 20,000 has been dishonored. Okay, yes, that's the end of the sum. Okay, I have worked out the most complicated problems in this exercise. Okay, with this the journal has been completed. Please follow the homework sums, that is illustration sums, and work it out. If you know these fundamentals only, you can move on to the preceding exercise. Thanks for time sharing with me. let me take one minute, sir.
Okay, ma'am.